And the communication, what led to it, there are a lot of allegations, rumors within the NATO Alliance camp. Where it all started, there was another breakaway group headed or within the NATO Alliance.
So your party is now three factions now.
Led by Habib Seka.
So your party is now three?
Yes. And what brought that? They said Jammeh gave orders that certain number of people, some of them were in their executive, that they've been sacked. Oh, yeah. That's where the problem started. So those who were sacked kind of created their own group and they created a division. A day before Jammeh's audio was heard, Habib Seka made an audio. It was circulating on WhatsApp that he doesn't have an executive committee, that he does not hold any position. But the information he received is that Jammeh has told them to go to Yahya Jammeh, unite and be behind Yahya Jammeh. This was the message coming from Habib Seka. But when we heard the message, when Jammeh spoke, it was different. What he said and what Jammeh said, it's not the same. Because I cannot tell you go and rally behind or united behind Yahya Jammeh, then the next day audio comes and say Yahya Jammeh has been removed. So it's kind of contradictory. It means whoever is giving him that information, he knew that what was coming, they were going to remove Yahya Jammeh. And he claiming to have also followers and the like, he could also follow suit that you're normal. So he's trying to relinquish everything under his purview and said, let's all go behind Yahya Jammeh. That was more of a political speech and a strategy, trying to elevate himself, that most of these punches here and there, I'm not going to receive. Now, in that process, Jammeh has been making audios or talking to certain people. When they come and give directives, others would say, no, where's the proof that Jammeh said it? Sometimes you could play an audio whereby it's his voice, he said something, they say, you know, this could be a very old audio, maybe it's years back. So that's why I said he was communicating. In the beginning, he even made it clear, 22nd January 2025. Giving the time frame that is recent and it's coming from me. The communication is for those people. Like to say why he's not mentioning us. I think when he spoke at Kanila, he said he has fired us, we're traitors, we are normal. Perhaps that could be the reason he wouldn't even bother to say anything about us.
And looking at how influential Fabakar and Oresa and how big your faction is, Jammeh didn't even a word about you. He doesn't consider you.
Yes, that's why I said it's politics. Politics, I would say I would give an example of a game of football. You have teams. These teams, they have players, they have coaches, trainers, and the like. But there's always a referee who is in control of the game. And the game has rules. And the referee follows those rules to discipline you. If it's a foul, you'll blow the whistle, it's foul. Depending how serious the foul is, you could have a yellow card, a red card, and all that. That's why people love football. They follow the game. It's well organized and you'll enjoy and you'll be entertained. Now, coming into our own game of politics, the referee is the IEC. We have the referee, the rules are there and the regulations. They're not applying it. They're not monitoring to blow where there's foul. They're not giving any yellow card or red card. This is why our own game of football is full of allegations, rumors, and infighting. Because the referee is on the stands and watching what's happening in the game. This is the problem we're facing. But when Jammeh said that we were expelled, they made a list of executive members that are going to replace us, and it was sent to the IEC. The IEC told them, no, we can't recognize this. Political parties don't change their executive this way. One person said they are removed and these are the new executive. You know, you go to Congress. If you want to change a whole executive committee, you go to Congress, of which the IEC will be present. They need to follow the pattern, the procedure, what is happening. You can change few executive members here and there. Even a party leader, you cannot just say you fired the party leader. It doesn't work that way. There's a political party that did that, and IEC tell them, no, you don't do it this way. You go to Congress. That's how changes should effect. So the rules are there, and they are the referees. So when Jammeh comes out and make a speech, you know, maybe the NATO Alliance, they're not legally registered anywhere. So IEC has no say in what the NATO Alliance does, etc. Because anywhere they want to put up a candidate, the candidate is independent. They don't use APRC. Because legally, it is us who are in charge of APRC. But when he made certain comments, it's about politics. Not only, you know, Yahya Jammeh talks about the Minister of Justice. Yes, they have a role, but the IEC has a bigger role. Because this is politics and they are the referee, all parties register under them. and they should help the public to clarify certain statements and issues when they arise.
But to be fair with the IEC, they have said, as far as APRC is concerned, they have said that the party they recognize is the one led by Fabakary Tombong. The IEC had done that.
Not only enough recognizing a party. If there is disarray within the political arena, this I am saying, Yahya Jammeh has been making, he did not use no to alliance. He's saying APRC, my party. Yeah? And an individual cannot own a party. It's only Jammeh you listen to, he tells you my party. I've not had any other leader in this country. I'm not saying they've never said it, but I've not heard. They said my party. Now, according to the laws of this country, an individual cannot own a party. Even to register a political party, if you are alone, you go for independent.
Absolutely.
Because there's a list of executive members' names you need to fill in. There are other criteria you need to follow. So as an individual, be it Jammeh or whoever, you cannot own a party. You can be the leader, you can be the founder, I am the pioneer, all these titles fits in, but it cannot be yours legally. Talking about and how many Gambians or even those within the APRC don't understand that. Now here I am saying it is the IEC who should clarify those by quoting laws so that they will educate and enlighten Gambians, and also other political parties will know a threat, especially when we said it's a democratic process that we're following. So silence sometimes is not helping.
But you see, Jammeh is not known to be to even give any respect to democracy. Anyway, nominally, yes.
Or diplomacy.
Or diplomacy. We know he is like that. But like what you said makes interesting analysis. You tried to say that he spoke out, especially on the side of APRC, because there emerged now another faction within the Babili Mansa faction.
Yes.
Okay, is it not because Jammeh had already or must have seen your Congress, that I mean the faction led by Fabakary Tombong, your last Congress was well organized and I believe attended by people who would not normally have anything to do with you. Don't you think too, he might, even though he doesn't mention you, but he might have think that your faction is getting a lot of headway, and so he wants to come down to discourage people who might now think of changing their mind and joining Fabakary Tombong?
Yeah, it's all about politics. Jammeh has been in politics for over 2 decades, because being a head of a state, you can put politics aside. So he knows the game very well. What he's expecting from the NATO alliance politically to establish according to what he wants and what he likes, because he communicates, he gives orders. I don't think he's foreseeing that. I don't think so, because if you see, there are a lot of issues trending around. You talk about this special hybrid code they want to establish and the like. What is the NATO Island, for example, doing about it as far as Jammeh is concerned? Compared to the days when we were all united, our own executive would not just be, sleeping in bed. We'll organize press conferences, we're on activities. Politically, we'll be having things, would either say or do. It is not happening on the other side. So that's why he's saying now he is in charge. Now, interestingly enough, how would that be channeled? This would be the question, that nobody is going to be interim, I am in charge. That's the difficult part of it, knowing how politics is. All the time, are you gonna talk to the people openly in audios? Because if you use me, give me a message, I go to X would say, what's the proof that Jammeh said that? Would people really trust each other that any information that comes, they will comply? I don't want to go into the nitty-gritty, but as a politician, knowing how politics function, especially in this country, it will be a big challenge. So don't be surprised, in a short while, somebody else might be identified and said, Jammeh has identified X to be the leader, because you'll find it very difficult to come in, especially with the grassroots.
Maybe he will come with an audio spelling out the new interim executive one by one.
Yeah.
Okay,
all is possible.
We will come